Alright folks, it's July 5th, 2021. I have the day off for Independence Day, and we're going to get a project kicked back into gear. So you can see I'm in the toy box, and toy box is pretty full. Back in the corner is a big yellow Jeep, and that's my CJ7. I've had that CJ7 since 1994. And it's done some off-roading. It's got a 60 rear, it's got a Dodge 44 front narrowed up to Jeep width, and I think it's time for a 60 front. I've been running this Dodge front end for close to 20 years now, and I've had 44s in it for over 20 years, but I don't know. I've got a 60 sitting over there underneath the old flatty. I've got a Chevy Dana60 under there, which you can't see because there's snowmobiles and other things in the way. And it's all disassembled. And it's time to take it apart. Now here's the thing. I'm going to narrow it up to about the width of the front end that's in this Jeep. And I need to take some measurements, and I can't do that obviously the way that it's sitting here. I can't get to anything. So I got to get this Jeep pulled out and spun around, which is going to entail moving the 4-post lift about 2 feet back so I could still raise and lower the lift. And then everything in this area is going to go where the Jeep is, and the Jeep's going to go where this stuff is. And I'm going to back the Jeep in with the nose facing out so I can get to the front end to measure whatever I need to measure. So that's today's job. It's a little bit hot, a little bit humid here in Minnesota today, but we're going to do it. So I'll give you a little overview of the Jeep. Back in roughly in 2000, well, I bought it in 94 and moved back to Minnesota in 95. It was a rust-free California Jeep, and I daily drove it for a few years, and it got some rust. So in about 2000, it got a body off, not a rotisserie because it didn't own a rotisserie, but it got flipped around and welded up, painted, put back together, and then put back on the trail. It got its first dent only weeks after it was completed, and as you can see, there's been a few more. So this Jeep used to have a 258 in it, and some people might have read an article I wrote about 25 years ago about that 258. That's long gone. This is a 4.3 Vortec that I've had in here now, once again, close to 20 years. I'm going to say 17, 18 years that's been in there. It's been a really good motor. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. The roll cage is a nightmare, but it's held up well. You can see it's taken some abuse. It's never dented or moved. But that's the factory main hoop, some old aftermarket front hoop, some other hoops added in. Boy, I might do a new cage on this thing someday. That's not real good how it is. But that's the old Jeep. You probably get some more tidbits and details on it as we go along. But this will be the project for the day. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put you up on a tripod or just bring you back later. But step one for sure is go park the Camaro somewhere safe and move this lift a couple feet, clean out this bay I'm standing in with all the snowmobile and transmission jack and all that, and then I'm gonna fish the Jeep out. And the Jeep should start right up. It's been on a battery tender with good non-oxy fuel. I anticipate 100% success. In fact, let's just do a test run. Let's make sure we're all good on the Jeep. Got fuel pressure. You can see the fuel pressure gauge. Alright, Jeep's good to go. Clean out this crap. This is the old interior from the Scout. I don't know why I saved it. I think I'm going to throw it away. Clean some stuff off the Jeep and get her out and bring you back. Yeah, maybe I'll do that whole tripod thing, and you can watch what I'm doing. All right, thanks for watching. Well, here we are, step one accomplished. After an hour and a half, I fished it out of there. First time the old rig's seen daylight in a year. Last time I had it out was Father's Day 2020 at Apple Valley Farms over in Chautauqua. So, I don't know. Give you a quick look around now. It's out in the daylight. Maybe I'll edit out some of that stuff that's too dark to see in the other look around. So, we'll start at the front. It's an 8274. It's got the later motor, so it lines in real fast. My brother-in-law built that bumper for his CJ7 back in the mid-90s, and when he got rid of the 5, I got the bumper, and I've had it on there for a really long time, and I still like it. It's a good bumper. I made this big shield plate for the winch, which was just some old plate steel I had laying around, and I bent it in my 20-ton press. Farley says she likes the shade aspect of this Jeep the best. So, here's a little better look. It's a 44. My buddy Scott made these high steer arms for me back on my first 44, and they've gone from Jeep to Jeep to Jeep. They've been real good. These are YJ springs. I think they're BDS 2.5 inch. Here's the other one. Here's one of the reasons. Oh, snag my microphone. Alright, back to this. So there's the other high steer arm. And here's one of the main reasons I'm going to do this 60. So this is a Dodge 44. I noticed last time I did my maintenance that this was loose when I was pressure washing. Well, I wonder how many years it's been since that particular bolt did anything. It's probably been loose for years, and I've probably been wheeling it that way. So these Dodges have studs on the inside instead of a U-bolt, so they're kind of like a Kingpin 60 in that respect. But as you can see, it's a 44 with 538s, and a 538 and a Labrador. So there it is. That's a Lares, L-A-R-E-S, right close by in Cambridge, Minnesota. Rebuilt that box for me. It's a Lares rock box. I'm real happy with it, even with the 38s. That's all I need. Got some fancy Indian motorcycle LEDs bought out of the scrap bin. And There's the old 4.3 out of an S10 Blazer. It's been a really good motor for me. It does have that fuel spider, like one big injector with 6 legs that go off, and I have had to put a few of those in over the years, but other than that, she's been bulletproof. Not much else to say about that. Turbo 350, Dana 300, K&N just starting to filter good. Single stick 300, no lockouts. This is an off-road rig, folks. This is not meant for driving on the street. Those license plates are there for emergency use only. Get down underneath, show you. You can see the skid plate's pretty damn near flat across the frame. The drive shafts are almost the same length. That transfer case is as close to the middle of the Jeep as I could make it. There's that 60. I suppose if we get down close enough, you can see the shave plate on the bottom of that. And I'm gonna make this 60 front 5/5.5 like the current, because I've already got bead locks, and I've already got a 60 rear that's 5/5.5 with 35 spline shafts. I should do something about that diff cover one of these years, but it's been pretty good for me. Show you the ladder bar a little bit. You can see there's a ladder bar rubber mounted at the back end, and I'll run around again. So there's the ladder bar rubber mounted at the back end, and at the front you can see I got a swing shackle on it, and that does all I need it to do. All I need it to do is control the pinion angle and keep things from binding up, and it does that. And it's long enough that it's pretty close to, it's close enough to neutral on the anti-squat that it actually helps with hop. I wish it was a little more neutral or even a little negative, you know, a little pro squat, but you got to work with the space that you have, and there's no way that could happen. So anyways, some old racing buckets. Got the back seat that was in it when I bought it that I got to bolt down again. Pretty basic rock crawling Jeep. I've had nothing but good times with it. It's hardly ever broke on me. It's just been a good rig. Even this Dana 44 with the 38 fronts, I broke one axle shaft. All right, folks. Hopefully this head camera works. I'll take the old CJ for a ride. You can see Farley is ready to party. Not gonna fit through that. Must have gone around it last time. Oh, let's knock over this stump with the diff. That'll be good. Well, I got to the end of the video and I edited it up and I realized I didn't even show you the Dana60 front yet, and I just want to apologize for that. It's hot out today. That thing's really heavy and I don't have any help, so it's not going to make it into today's video. Next video will pick up where we drag that thing out from under the flat fender and set it up, start pulling measurements, figuring out exactly where I'm going to cut it up and what I'm going to do. So anyways, this is just the intro. There'll be a whole series by the time I'm done. I'll show you how to set up gears and how to clean mud out of a Detroit locker and all sorts of good stuff. So hopefully you'll come back and watch more of these videos as we move along. And you know, again, I apologize for kind of being a tease, but this is just a setup video today. So hope to see you again in just a week or two.